Honorable Member for Rai Coast.
Thank you, Acting Speaker. Mitok, thank you, Lord.
Honorable Member, after you, the chair will recognize the member for Mendi. I've been here on the chair and see him standing the whole week. So after the Honorable Member for Rai Coast, I will recognize the member for Mendi. Member for Rai Coast.
Thank you, Acting Speaker. Lo, you look sawe lol mama nal pikini Mary lo Papua New Guinea. Na Mitok, thank you too. Lo, you look sawe lo people lo Rai Coast. I have a question today, which I intend to ask the Minister for Planning, but since he's not here, I'll direct a question to the Prime Minister. And Mr. Speaker, sorry, Acting Speaker, as you may be aware, today is World Water Day. So I want to raise a series of questions, but I'll just talk a bit about the background to my question. Mr. Acting Speaker, as you may be aware, Papua New Guinea has a National Water, Sanitation and Hygiene Policy 2015 to 2030. And that policy actually highlights some very, very critical figures that 89% of people in urban areas do not have, only have access to clean water, and 33% in rural areas. And for sanitation in urban areas, that's only 57% of the people have access to proper sanitation. And in rural areas, that's 13%. Mr. Acting Speaker, 13% of our people in rural areas have access to basic sanitation. And as you may be aware, in our PNG Development Strategic Plan 2010 to 2030, we have a national target that the government has set over a decade ago, that by 2030, 70% of our people, both urban and rural, should have access to clean, safe water and sanitation. Mr. Acting Speaker, we have only 7 years left. So I want to raise a very specific issue about the production of water, bringing the water to the house for families to access. Mr. Acting Speaker, Taiwan pla couple la Papua New Guinea, karim pikini Mary. This la work blo karim wara, it becomes a slave work for that girl. As she grows up from a primary school up to when she becomes a woman, get married, become a grandmother, it's a everyday task, and they do it every day, in the morning, in the evening. And one plus slave work, lol Mary lo Papua New Guinea. So, in 2018, government NEC had made a decision to establish the National Water, Sanitation and Hygiene Authority. And I kind of agree with such an institutionalization of this issue of water, because time mi plagat one pla organization am directly responsible wash, we can accelerate our actions towards this la national goal blo yumina. This la organization can look save lo miplo district na help mipla lo providing clean safe water na sanitation lo people blo yumi. So, mino sabe how progress blo disla am come and be Prime Minister and by talking disla house na disla country, especially the women and girls. How far has the government progressed in implementing that NEC decision to establish a wash authority that will actually look at these issues? On the other note, there are actually opportunities. In
Honorable Member, I will interrupt you. I know the importance of the question you want to raise. We have a grievance debate tomorrow. If you would like to debate more on that, you can be allowed to. This question time, we have limited time, so I will ask you to go straight to your question.
Okay.
And let the Prime Minister respond.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Speaker. One question me asking Pinis Narapla in this year's 2023 budget, how much money have we allocated for WASH? Number 3, what is the progress now on our national goal? Like how much progress have we made towards that 70% accessibility to clean, safe water and sanitation? Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
The Honorable Prime Minister.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Deputy Speaker. Me like thank you, Vice Minister, now member of Rai Coast, ask him this important question in respect to water and in terms of how water can you connect him along all house now families right across the country, Kessy benefit long improved lifestyle. This is an important question. I know we are running through possibly midlife of the current WASH plan that targets by the time we arrive in 2030, 70% of our country, our citizens, our households would have access to clean and health and safe water accessibility. Just to answer one question quickly, this year we have 7 million kina allocated in this year's budget. I want to appreciate European Union, Australians, the Fed, and all our other development partners. We have a program up to almost over 600 million kina worth of contract. The Fed, European Union, ADB, World Bank are all involved in this 600 million kina worth of program for us to maintain costs to possibly reach 70% of our people in our country have access to clean water in a safe and hygienic environment. So the target of reaching 70% remains by 2030. At 2023, from indications, we are anywhere between 20 to 40%, depending on which part of the country we are at. But the national average runs from 20 to 40% delivery thus far. I want to give assurance to the honourable leader who've asked this question that our government is conscious about the need for our people in their rights to have access to clean water. This is a commitment of our government. That's why this year we have 7 million kina parked as indication of our support to counter fund this program going forward. In a question in relation to when will the bill come in, the bill that is proposed to embrace WASH is in its final stage, will be very soon completed, and in the not too distant future, this Parliament will have the opportunity to look and have passed the bill in relation to WASH. On the issue of an extra organization, Mr. Deputy Speaker, we are a little bit careful. We already have District Development Authority, we already have provincial governments, and our national water PNG and our national programs. Every new organization created in our country has a cost of recurrent maintenance apart from the development programs they'll be managing. We are conscious on creation of new authorities, but in the absence of that authority that might happen into the future, districts and provinces have funding allocations that is coming to you and under disbursements guidelines and the procurement process. Districts and provinces can be running on localized programs for localized needs pertaining to the issue of water and health and sanitation of our people. And so I would like to encourage all districts and provinces that embrace the WASH policy that my government embraces in totality, that it is our people's right to have access to clean water and in where they are living. So at the districts, when funding is coming to you, or provinces where you have your provincial budget to run, treat the need for water in as far as your people is concerned as a key need at the national level. We have not deviated from the focus of delivering to our country 70% of clean, reliable water by 2030. That focus remains. We are ramping up in our own national policy and national focus. I encourage at the present all districts and provinces to be mindful about this important need and get going. Our partnership with the development partners will remain, and into the future I will get the Minister for Planning to deliver a statement in relation to the water, health and sanitation issue for our people. Today is World Waters Day. Please use water wisely and as members, let's try to work in this program to give our people reliable and clean water. Thank you.